So tell us what you've got there.
This is something that I started painting animals because I love animals. This picture, I went wild about it. It's so cute. Look at this picture. It's in the National Geographic. Now, I never... That's my painting. If you knew how hard this was to get the fur, I had to work on fur for almost 3 days. I was working to try to get fur on a paper, you know, and the expression.
How many hours a day do you paint?
What?
How many hours a day do you
I
paint?
had been in Miami. I was painting too much. Now I can't paint long because it affects my neck and I have a lot of bad arthritis. So I paint maybe a half hour now. Before I used to paint 6 and 8 hours. But the doctor told me that's why I have so much arthritis. I almost atrophied, is that the word? Because I'm pacing down. And I'm in one position and I forget to eat. I don't eat lunch. That was in Miami. I wouldn't eat lunch.
So what else have you painted?
Oh, pardon me?
What else do you have there that you've painted?
All right. I'm always afraid to touch that. I don't want to wake him up. Oh, here. Now this one, there's all kinds of zebras. Zebras, no, kangaroo.
Giraffes.
Giraffes. I'm all right. All kinds of giraffes. Different kinds. I selected one, and I put the background in myself. You see, I made my own background. And then this one, National Geographic. And this one, it's only in the book that I have half a bird with his head, and this, we didn't have this. But I just loved it, so I put the other wing there. I did that.
So what satisfaction do you get from doing this?
Oh, Steve. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. It's there's a feeling of accomplishment, of creativity, to be able to create something. That's why I change things, because then I'm creating something. You know, I'm adding my own feelings. It's very exciting. Now let me show you something. This one, these are all mine. You know who she is, don't you? Frida Kahlo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a restaurant here called Frida Kahlo's. That was in the restaurant for 3 years until they closed. Marian took it back. These all belong to Marian. And you should see what she has at her home. Oh my God. But then I went to black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Like Picasso, I have my different periods. My pink period, my, you know. Anyway, I love photography because that's an art. It's a wonderful art. I almost married a photographer. Anyway, Marian or Barbara bought me Christopher Bliss's photographs, a book of New York, pictures years ago, or the present, some of them, all in black and white. And he's in some museums, it's not gallery, museums. I copied some. And they are, I love my black and whites. Oh, here's another animal. This belongs to Barbara. She said she wanted. Now,
how old were you when you started painting?
What?
How old were you?
74.
And how long have you been painting now?
Well, I'm 90. I'm going to be 98 in a couple of months. So there you have it. Oh, 98. Boy, oh boy. Anyway, these are by Christopher Bliss.
Let's see.
Yasha Kimmel. Marian looked up everything on the internet that I did.
Hold it up so we can see.
Pardon me?
Hold it up so we can see it.
Oh, no, that's not as good. Wait a minute. Just a minute. Here's Radio City, the Flatiron Building. Peep Show. Peep Show I love. Just a minute. This is my favorite. That's Trinity Church. Now, I worked in back of Trinity Church for 10 years on Trinity Place. Trinity Church is a replica of a church in England, I understand. When Edward abdicated, you weren't around. When Edward abdicated the throne for Wally Simpson, and they had this big speech on radio, it was everything radio. They had everything there. We had a program of who was going to speak. Churchill, all the famous people in England spoke because he was giving up the throne for a divorced woman. She was still married when he was seeing her.
Simpson.
Anyhow, so this was in the book, and I worked there. And another thing, the pastor or minister of the church used to come to my store, where I worked. I was a sales lady, and buy panties for all his girlfriends, different sizes. And when he was coming into the store, my boss would yell, "Duck! Father so-and-so is coming in." He'd practically undress us. So these are the stories. "Duck, duck, get under the counter," you know. And I don't want to wait on him. Everyone was like, "I don't want to, don't give me." And he was so, he was awful. Awful. I mean, it was very obvious. So these are my paintings. Oh, this one, oh, wait a minute. Katz's Delicatessen. Carnegie.
Let's see.
Carnegie Restaurant. The Carnegie. Radio City Music Hall. And then this one, Marian looked it up. It's there for 150 years, from family to family to family, you know. And, oh, here. Oh, and here's, of course, you know what that is. The Chrysler Building. And this one I love. Look closely. This is Peep Show. You know what a peep show is?
Mm-hmm.
All right. They used to have a little, you look through a little thing and you saw dirty pictures. Now, what I like about it is the car. And I'm going to tell you why. My imagination said it either belongs to the owner or to a customer. Who does it belong to?